I see a skeptical version of myself, looking at this Web3 move to earn project called STEPN, trying to make sense of it. Is this a legitimate game? Was this a scam, as so many have suggested? Will it be successful in the future? Is it worth my investment and time? I understand all of these concerns. There's a great risk in crypto. The market is unpredictable, there could be a black swan event, and there is always the possibility of failure, whether on the STEPN gameplay developer side or the crypto industry in general. That's why everything I communicate is not financial advice. I will be speaking on opinion and speculation, so please do your own research and make the best decision for yourself. Yet, despite all these possibilities for failure, I would suggest to my uncertain self that there's more reason to invest and play STEPN than to not. Further, I would even suggest that I could remain a long-term STEPN bear, but in the immediacy of this 2024-2025 crypto cycle, there still remains substantive, well-grounded reason to invest and play. My thesis is the following. Bear with me for its length. Because STEPN has survived the bear market as a top Web3 gaming project, it will not only survive this 2024-2025 bull market, but it will grow with positive value increase to GMT, GST, and its in-game NFTs. With such a value increase to these STEPN assets, the user can reasonably estimate an ROI that scales with said value increases over time. However, should one still hold some long-term skepticism towards STEPN, whether for its fundamentals, tokenomics, or developer philosophy, the player can simply opt to trade earn assets for other cryptocurrencies. The player just needs to maintain the prior reasoned position that STEPN tokens will not decrease in value as they progress to their new tops in the 2024-2025 bull run. Lastly, the degree of this ROI success is dependent on one's timing of investment. Simply, the lower the STEPN tokens and assets are from previous highs, the better time for investment and the greater potential for financial profit. Okay. That was long-winded, but let's see if I can repeat this thesis more concisely and informally. Number one, since STEPN survived the bear market, it will survive and thrive in the 2024-2025 bull market. Number two, a STEPN user can either make profit through STEPN in-game assets or simply convert earnings to other crypto assets. Number three, one's profit and ROI will be greater long-term if investing in lower STEPN asset prices. And lastly, what I did not mention in the thesis yet is a value proposition that cannot be forgotten when considering STEPN, having to do with the very nature of the game itself. Let me add one more prong to this thesis. Number four, given that individuals will invest money for physical fitness without an expected financial return, instead reframing a return expectation for a benefit to physical health, this too should go into one's investment cost-benefit analysis. All right, so let's begin the dive here. Number one, since STEPN survived the bear market, it will survive and thrive in the 2024-2025 bull market. So let's do a little recap here to kind of shed more light on what that means. This was the moment of the high, both market cap wise and price. Market cap and price was separated by just about a month, but April and May of 2022, GMT on STEPN hit its peak, and then not too long after, it took a deep progressive dive. This looked concerning for a lot of people. Is this project sustainable? Is it going to fail? Is it going to collapse? I mean, there was a lot of sentiment going around about a scam. Is this a scam? STEPN's a scam. I mean, we're here on the Reddit page, but you may see on X or Instagram, there's still those who share thoughts that this is a scam, this is a scam. But let's just kind of give some kind of context to, if STEPN is a scam, then what else is, right? I mean, let's look at Axie Infinity. This is another game, and they too have a similar looking chart, and there's going to be some differences, right? But we can see that as far as games go, STEPN's not alone here. And maybe you're thinking like, well, yes, this is the gaming industry in general. It's the tokenomics, they're broken. And let me also say, I know STEPN's been trying to work out their tokenomics, and that's something that needs to be worked out and that they are working on. But that's why it's also important to look at other projects. Here's a layer 1. This is Polkadot, and this isn't to, puff up a project or dunk on it. It's just showing that STEPN is not alone. We see Polkadot's highs here, and then here we are, still at a lower number, but stability. And let's look back at STEPN. Here we are, and saw a huge peak, and then boom, down, and then it's kind of stayed in this down price point position for a little bit. But so is Polkadot. So is Algorand. 2 layer 1 blockchains. I've already showed you Axie, another game. But let's look at a layer 2. Polygon has done a little bit better, but still, compared to its high here, it's still pretty low. Let's look at ApeCoin, another asset to support NFTs. This one's really down as well. So if we're going to call STEPN a scam, we got to keep all things equal, and it would be just every single crypto essentially, maybe outside of Bitcoin or Ethereum, that have taken these significant dips in the past 2 years. And that has much more to do with the crash, I think, than STEPN being inherently a scam, as many say. And I think that has a lot to do with those who bought right in this area before the peak, and then boom, it just took a serious dip, and your high investment did not see the quick return you were hoping for, which I understand and I sympathize with. But we just need to know and be careful. If we're going to say scam, everything needs to be equal across the board. And when we look across the board, we could probably rather assess maybe more than a scam. This was just a tough time to launch a project, and then all other projects fell on tough times. And now we are just in consolidation and hopefully preparing for an upward trend in this upcoming bull market. And what does stability mean? Well, let's zoom in on the past year. This has been the past year, and again, we're not in a crazy green, but we have seriously not taken a dip like we did from that all-time high. I would say the price is relatively stable. Again, it'd be nice to break up over 40 cents officially, but this is just to assure us as investors that GMT's kind of just been hanging strong for the past year. Maybe we can even scale this again with another project. Let's look at Algorand. Again, the past year looks very similar, somewhat stable. You see some green right here for a couple months on the yearly, but still kind of struggling to break out. It's the same thing with STEPN GMT. So we got to be fair with STEPN. We got to be fair with GMT and this asset. And I think it's because of this consistency and this non-volatility on the year scale. Again, this does look volatile, but consistency and non-volatility compared to this is why we have seen STEPN emerge as Solana's top NFT game by market cap. STEPN is king here on Solana. Its market cap is under 500 million as of the making of this video, and it's far and away stronger than any of these other projects go as far as market cap. Furthermore, it has made such important partnerships. We have Adidas, step into the future with Adidas. We can see even them kind of co-signing and freely and excitingly attaching their name next to STEPN. Again, Adidas, the future is today. And also Solana, the biggest mother chain of STEPN, the most popular chain. We have Solana commenting it's time to step into the future. This was over a week ago. So these are very recent kind of pats on the back that STEPN's getting from big names. And this is why not only did STEPN survive the bear market, but why it's looking very positive to survive and thrive in this bull market. Number 2, a STEPN user can either make profit through STEPN in-game assets or simply convert earnings to other crypto assets if bearish. So first, the obvious is you're going to be earning either GMT or GST through STEPN. If you're feeling confident in this project and if you want to maintain with holding on to these coins or cashing them out for cash, whether on the daily, weekly, or monthly, feel free to do that. I think that's a great move and strategy. However, as I said earlier, if you're not feeling confident about STEPN long term after this bull market, trade it in for Bitcoin, right? You can just convert these assets. Take your GMT and convert it to Solana if you're on Solana, and then with your Solana wallet, you could eventually send this over and convert it to Bitcoin or Polkadot or Polygon, ApeCoin, whatever. It's your freedom to do with your money what you will. And of course, there's going to be some trading fees, some transfer costs, especially going from exchange to exchange. So it will be slightly more expensive to convert your coins to a chain that's, off of GMT or off of Solana. But this could be a really smart move, especially long term, right? If you're going to be holding some of these other assets for another year or two to cash out later, like a Bitcoin or Ethereum or Cardano, you can do that. And I understand, though this may not be the preference of certain developers or the team of STEPN, as they want their ecosystem to be invested into and use, there's still going to be some benefits, right? To use this game, you have to burn GMT and GST for gameplay necessities, transfer costs. It's going to look good on volume for Solana. So if I have a friend that's coming to me and saying, hey, I like the idea of move to earn, but I don't want GMT or I don't want GST and I don't want Solana, say, hey, fair enough. Convert it out. Go ahead and take it and do with what you want. Because again, part of this value proposition is that minimally GMT and hopefully GST increase in value in this next year or two. So there would ideally be nothing lost, and you're still becoming this human computer miner that moves. Number 3, one's profit and ROI will be greater long term if investing in lower STEPN asset prices. All right, this is somewhat self-explanatory if you're just familiar with markets and investing. This is the common adage, buy low, sell high. So similar for STEPN. If you're going to be getting in around these price ranges here, again, when GMT is between 20 cents to 40 cents, and the sneakers are, the sneakers sell by GMT, but those GMT token values per token is on those lower, 20 cent levels. You're likely going to have a lower cost in those NFT sneakers than, say, if you're buying kind of up here or later in this market. And who knows how high GMT will go or what the demand for sneakers will be. But there is a good case that sneaker investment, NFT investment will be require more GMT, and then GMT value in itself will be greater, making for overall investment cost to be greater. So it will take you a little bit longer to get your ROI compared to if you invest when costs are overall just lower here. So if you're watching this video in late 2024 or late 2025, this can impact your return than if you watch this video, say today, April 21st, and made an investment either today or this month or the next few months. Again, not financial advice, just talking probabilities or how I would look at it personally for a potential investment strategy. Number 4, given that individuals will invest money for physical fitness without an expected financial return, instead reframing a return expectation for a benefit to physical health, this too should go into one's investment cost-benefit analysis. Okay, I say this to my skeptical self to have a balanced perspective in this investment. Honestly, personally, this point has been a huge driver for why I remain with STEPN in the bear market. Simply, moving and running is good for you, and it becomes exponentially more fun when it's gamified. Looking at the cost of gym memberships and personal trainers, I think there's an extra confidence and justification to be had in investing in a technology that will keep you accountable to stay healthier. I think this is what truly sets STEPN apart, making it a superior investment to most crypto projects, in my opinion. I imagine 99% of projects, if not more, keep the user sedentary and stagnant, keeping your eyes glued to the price chart as you wait for a hopeful pump, whereas with STEPN, You get outside and control your earnings. You more or less become the miner, or you become the staking yield mechanism following an investment. I know this audience is likely invested in other Web3 games, and I do not want to say to not play these. If it's fun, have at it. But I think we can all agree that STEPN has a distinct value proposition from these games because it requires you to leave the spot you're sitting in. The moving part was a very helpful framing for me. I asked myself and my dog, Milo, what am I comfortable with investing? And should I never see $1 back? Will I feel at peace with my decision because it got me active, running, and healthier? So much so that without the investment, none of these personal benefits would have materialized. This is what kept me going through the bear market. This is what even gave me peace to remain with the project, even if GMT never sees $4 again, or if GST never breaks 25 cents again. And here I am now, having seen more than $1 back. Here I am now, choosing the project that may not have the highest potential profit upside as that new altcoin, meme coin, or sedentary game, but the best investment, I think, won't only send your portfolio to the moon, but it will grant you wellness on this earth. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Remember, be careful and do your own research. And regardless, if you choose STEPN or not, just get outside and take in some sun. Milo likes it, and so do I, and we're gonna go get to it again. So take care, have a good morning, afternoon, or evening.